Okay, if I can have your attention, please, we're going to start up the second session. Have some seats if you want, or, you know, they're very pretty. So for the folks that weren't here at the top of the first session, I'm just going to do a very TLDR about some cool stuff that's going on. First off, all those shirts that are there, they were crowdfunded by Def.Crypto. Def.Crypto is the group that's putting this event on today. They are free for the first 100 folks that are here, so grab one before you leave. There's a second element of swag that we're going to be hearing about in just a second that's super cool as well. Choodle.xyz. I just took the QR code down, but if you haven't been playing it, give it a go. It's this cool interactive game we're doing during the entirety of the event. There's going to be an NFT prize at the end of it. And yeah, DEF CON as a concept. Again, for people that haven't been, we're here for the first session start. What we're going to do is have 7 moderators come up in a second. They're going to give their spiel on what their discussion is going to be. Then we're going to break off into the 7 different numbered stations. So, you know, keep an ear out for things that you like talk-wise, and then gravitate toward that section. But we got 2 people coming up before we have the moderators. First, we're going to talk a little bit about Goober.AI, our second sponsor for today. Goober.AI, you might see this dog here, that's Scramps. He's actually a pretty famous dog. He's been in a bunch of video games. He's been in a lot of NFT projects. He's in the Forgotten Realms NFT project. He's in Just Cause 3 and Just Cause 4. Probably one of the top 10,000 most famous dogs in the world. I mean, that's not unreasonable. He's also not my dog, but I stole all these photos from the internet. He's my good friend's dog. And Goober.AI allows you to train a model based on pet images to create these images that you're seeing here. It was incredibly fun to play with. If you scan the code, you have the opportunity to use it. But let's have Whale Drop come up a little bit and talk about it. So, Goober.AI.
Yeah, so this was kind of like a test project I accidentally created. I wanted to create like little pet assistants because I love my dog, and I wanted to like talk to my dog, and like there's a lot of like pet owners I talk to about that would love the same ability. One thing that I wanted to do was generate images of my pet in different poses, and every single time it messages me, it'll be like a different picture. And so I learned a lot about stable diffusion, and my dog is like a very long dog, so she doesn't look like the average like upper breed, which is a golden doodle. And I tried using stable diffusion to generate that, and I couldn't. So I'm like, what if I can create like personalized like images of this dog consistently? So that's kind of the inspiration of what you see on Goober.AI. So this is my dog. That's how she really looks like. She's like a sweet, really. This is another picture of like a friend's dog. It was also cool that I got to gift like these to like a lot of my friends. One of my friend's dogs passed away, and I was able to generate pictures for them, and that was a really heartfelt gift. And yeah, so that's all it is right now. You can use the coupon DEF, and you would upload about 10 images at least. It'll work with also 5. I recommend about 15. And within 20 minutes, it'll generate a bunch of pictures like this with a set of prompts. I'm looking for a lot of feedback, so you know, what would you like to be printed? Like, should I sell this on mugs? And yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, I can't stress how fun it was. I gotta be honest. And like it's not like we just got one version of that. Like you get 15 versions of that particular style. It was so fun to browse through. So if you have a pet, or if you steal your friend's pets. Okay, cool. So we already talked about the shirts as swag. I'm very excited to bring up our next sponsor, Sup, who's going to talk about this swag that we have with their new Bitmap Issue 1 comic. It is a very unique thing. Here he is, totally.
Hello, everybody. My name is Chris, also, you can call me that. It's actually, that's great. Scrimps is like a complicated dog, too. He's got all the...
It's a complicated beat.
Yeah, so I don't know if anybody here follows Bitmap too much, but I think a lot of people do because builder community, things like that. But basically, we're based in New York, so we want to support things like this, and I think this is like an awesome group of people. So we're really happy to be sponsors, and thank you for letting us do that part. So yeah, cool announcement. The comic we made, I think, is the most complicated comic in history. And so, you know, it was real touch and go for a lot of it, where like we didn't know if it was going to happen or not. It turns out it did work out, and it turns out that we got some copies early. And so we're going to give everyone here a copy of the comic today.
Yeah.
And so you're going to be the first group to get the comic, and it's going to be the first group, kind of large group. So when we do give it out, we kind of want to do this thing called like a cover party, where you all open it at the same time, and then we see what covers you got. And we have a little graphic that we'll hand out to help you like understand what it is you got. And then Comic-Con next week is our big kind of showing of the comic. Right now they're being sent to Diamond for fulfillment, so if you did already order them, you should get them by the end of the month. Sorry, it's not sooner, just that's how that works. In the future, we'll be doing direct sales of it and stuff like that. Just we haven't figured out how to ship them just yet in a nice way where they wouldn't be all crumpled and screwed up, you know. So we're figuring that out. Anyway, thank you everyone.
He didn't specify this, and there isn't a copy that I could readily available show, and I don't even know if he wants me to show it. But they're not just like the cover is there, they're pack rips. Like they made a custom foil that you all get to open and see what the rarity of your comic is. It's like, we're gonna have a great time. So as soon as the session concludes, we're gonna hand those out and basically do a happy hour pack ripping of the comics. So yeah. So I think I've covered pretty much everything. Oh, if you're not a Def.Crypto member and you're interested in this type of stuff, cool communities, there's QR codes up all around. Snag it, join the Def Discord. Just make sure you introduce yourself, because we want to know a little bit about you and see if there's any connections. Yeah, I think that's it. So, I'm not missing anything? Anybody?
You're good.
All right, let's get our next set of 7 moderators up here to tell us what exciting things we're going to talk about. I know I'm having a hard time finding it. All right, here it is. Manny Not Found, Whale Drop, Snuffs, Seth Thorpe, Izian, Totally, and Matto. Please take the stage.
What number spot am I in?
7. I'll say which ones you are as you go.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, I was just here. I'm going to be talking about, you know, how we made the comic, and talking about generative art in the real world, and just talking about what that means, what's possible. It's something I'm really interested in having a conversation about, because we create this thing, but we also want to see and talk about with smart people how, you know, what that means to them, what possibilities they see, and things like that. So yeah.
Station 6.
Cool. For me, I think the title of the talk is Securing the Software Supply Chain. And so if you want to talk about those kinds of things, but also things related to, let's say, decentralized package management infrastructure, or curation protocol stuff, or generalized sort of like coordination and kind of like self-sovereignty tech. Really, this will be kind of a very discussion-led, so what people want to talk about, we can kind of jam on anything.
Exactly. Station 4.
Hey, I'm Manny. I'm going to be talking about a recent Rolling Stone article that came out that said 95% of NFTs are worthless. And my talk is basically about why that number should be closer to 99%. And just the cultural implications of that and where we're going.
In the conference room there, Station 1.
Hi, so my real name is Long. I'm going to be talking about, I can't remember my topic name because I ChatGPT'd it. I'm an accidental founder. I secured funding for my project and I had access to unlimited funds for a year. So I want to talk about what's it like to be in that situation. And I also got another project funded like this year. So it's all kind of accidental. So just want to talk about that.
Station 2, over here.
I'm Ian. I'll be talking about NFT metadata and thinking about future applications and going through some past applications of interactive NFTs and how you might try to break down a real world asset or interactive web experience and what are things that are kind of lacking in the ecosystem and what standards or future imagination people have around fitting things that maybe don't currently fit into the box that is NFT standards today.
Station 5, the back couches.
Hey y'all, I'm Matto, working on a game called Night Run, which uses AI art and NFTs, and I'm here to talk about the kind of emergent technological culture wars that are going on around the kind of backlash against NFTs, the backlash against AI art, specifically from a kind of indie video game perspective.
Station 7, which will be forming imminently in this swirl of seats.
Hi, I'm Chad, known as Snuts. I'm thanking you for being my exit liquidity. I'm going to discuss the concept of buying and selling each other's projects that we've been doing over the last year, and it'll be more of a therapy session. It might be a little yoga. There won't. Yeah, more discussion of the social faux pas and oddness of us trading fake internet money back and forth.
That's Station 3, and if you haven't already read the descriptions over there, I'll let you know that Chad is the real rock star because he bought a ticket to come here yesterday, and as he was getting on the plane, I said, hey, somebody canceled the talk, can you do one? So he just came up with something like yesterday. So he's amazing, and yeah, we should all celebrate him.
I
but
bought the ticket with fake internet money though. Your money.
Yeah. So yeah, one quick thing before we break out. I already said this in the first session. I'll say it again. This is a collaborative experience. It's not about the moderators here dictating to you. It is meant to be kind of a flash community situation. They're here to learn as much from you as you are from them. So keep that in mind. And also, if you heard 2 or 3 things you want to go to, keep it in the back of your head and maybe go from one to another. That's totally cool. You're not breaking any rules. All right? Let's have a great time.